Megan Hicks of I Run Far. I'm with Maggie Guterl. It's a couple days before the 2022 Hardrock Endurance Run. Hey, Maggie.
Hi, Megan. How you doing?
Good. This is I Run Far's first on-camera interview with you, and it's kind of a privilege for me because, we're friends, we train together, we hang out, but now I get to interview you.
Hey, you get to pretend you don't know the answers to any of these questions.
The Hardrock Endurance Run starts in a couple of days. What is it that has drawn you to this race, to apply for it, to train for it, to put all your eggs in the Hardrock basket?
Well, it's known as one of the hardest races in the U.S., so obviously that's intriguing. I think just the fact that it's so hard to get into is also makes people want to try and run it. The San Juans are beautiful, and 3 years ago I moved here, so it's basically like a neighborhood race.
It's like your local lap around the mountains?
Yeah, except I'm being timed, and and it's, you get to run it with 150 of your friends.
I want to back up to a slightly more existential question for a minute. We know a little bit of your backstory in running. You got into it as a young adult to grow a more healthy lifestyle, but it seems like you seek out the longest, the hardest, the most difficult things. Last year you won Cocodona. A couple years before that, you were the last human standing at the Big's backyard. You ran 260 miles?
250, yep.
250. Why hard things?
I don't know, when I ran my first marathon, I think what I was looking forward to most is that wall that people talk about at mile 17 or whatever. I wanted to see what that was like, and then you go through that and you're like, okay. And then, you run 100 miles, and most of the distances are 100 miles. So you're like, what's beyond that? And, lately there's been more things popping up that are more popular. The backyard format and the 200 milers and
or 250 some odd milers.
A race that just doesn't end. You have no idea if you're the last one or someone else. And so I like that kind of unknown. And Hardrock's only 100 miles, but it's also super high. So it's what is that like to try to we've done things that are 4 days up high that are fast packing adventures, but we go slow and we sleep and have snacks. And they're like, what is it like to try to push yourself for, to find the right level,
right,
and do that for 30 something, 40 something hours, however long this is going to take.
We have 48. They let us have 48.
Easy. 2 miles an hour.
Easy. Maybe don't say that within the week of Hardrock. No. It's easy to finish it within 48 hours.
Come remind me of that at Cunningham when you've showered and slept and I'm just finishing.
Okay, so before we talk about this race a little bit specifically, I'd love to know or share with I Run Far's followers a little about who you are outside of running. You have a full-time job, you do some stuff when you aren't running. What's your world like? You work for Tailwind.
Yeah, I'm the athletes and events manager for Tailwind Nutrition, which is located in Durango. So that's why I moved out here 3 years ago. It's a small company. It's a fun job, but as you know, it's a lot of work, and there's some travel involved in June, and it's challenging, but it's rewarding too. And then I have a really needy boyfriend and a needy dog, so I don't know how people have kids and train for races and have jobs, but yeah. So, and they're also going to be crewing me during the race. The last time they crewed me was Barkley in 2018, so we'll see.
This race, you were chosen in the lottery, and as you said, you live locally, and you have lived locally for a couple of years. I think you said on social media a couple weeks ago you've now seen the entire course, true?
Yes, except for in and out of Ouray, so the town part. But my pacer...
You could get lost there.
I could. I'm so worried about that. I know you hopped out on the perimeter trail, and I've actually run that before. Last year, Courtney and Kevin dropped me off, and I ran up over Hayden Mountain, and I came back into Ouray that same exact way, inadvertently. I was like, I'll just take this trail. But Wiley, my pacer, ran it. I think she ran it with Melissa the other day, maybe.
Oh.
So
Melissa's just
Melissa, there's another human over here that I was looking to for affirmation. Or yeah, so she'll know it. I just have to get to Ouray correctly, and then once I hit the park, she knows how to get out.
So if you get lost in Ouray, it'll because you haven't recce'd that one part.
I should not apply to Barkley again. Like, that's just shameful.
What parts of the course are you like really stoked on? Like, do you think you're going to find some energy in? And where are you thinking about like, here's where I'm going to really have to focus myself to stay on track?
I mean, I'm looking forward to getting to Kroger's because Joe Grant's my neighbor, and I heard about the aid station yesterday from him. I'm really excited, and I won't give it away in the pre-race interview. Well, there'll be like something cool for everyone to participate in up there, and I don't know, it just looks cool. And then, I mean, I really like being above tree line, but we'll see how I feel at Pole Creek in the middle of the night. Hopefully it'll be middle of the night.
Pole Creek's like the last third of the race.
Yeah.
In the last third, eh?
Yeah, and I guess it's all above 12,000 feet, or at least for a long time. So, yeah, and I mean, I'm not trying to look forward to any one part because then I, like the last climb or the finish or anything. Just going to enjoy it.
Do you have any like funny or interesting stories from training on all parts of the course so far this year? Like anything that's super memorable that's going to like be triggered when you're out there?
No, my training partner is pretty boring, and we definitely didn't do anything stupid. No, just kidding. Well, I mean, I'll miss not going to Baked in Telluride during the race. Because Megan and I did like a 40-mile run that was like 14,000 feet that took, I don't know, way too long.
A long time.
We finished by headlamp. We did stop for pizza and a little grocery shop, like, some chips and Coke. So that's fun. I don't know. There's a lot of good memories. I remember how horrible I felt at Pole Creek on our training run. And that was early in the season, so I hope I feel better there.
Less altitude acclimated then?
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we get to share some miles together.
We'll see.
Megan's like, I'm going to leave you in the dust.
And Maggie's like, I'm going to leave you in the dust.
Yeah, I mean, the whole course is amazing. Like, I'm glad I got to see it and take pictures and stuff so that I can resist the urge to get up to like a pass and take any pictures. I will take no pictures during. I don't think I will.
Okay. What are you thinking about, like, it's hard to talk about like the finish of a race when you're just trying to look forward to starting it now, but it's been quite a build-up for you. Like, this has been a focus of yours for a while. What are you looking forward to when this is done?
Well, hopefully Titus gets to run in the finish with me.
Aw, your dog.
Yeah. And
hopefully you're not sprint finishing it with another participant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Ryan will have to make a judgment call there.
Whether to toss Titus in or not.
I don't want to, he can't run that fast or that long, so I don't want to like drag him down. He's also pretty heavy. But I'm looking forward to like, I don't know. I'm trying not to think about the finish too much and just enjoy. I think I will. But it would be cool no matter what happens next year to just be involved in the race each year, no matter what, in some capacity, like volunteer somewhere or like actually do the trail work weekend next year.
I see you as a pretty solid aid station captain someday.
Captain, I don't know. Maybe Joe will let me help him work Kroger's or something.
There you go. Well, best of luck to you as you make this lap around the San Juans, and it's going to be fun to, follow your progress.
Thanks. You too, Megan.
Thank you.